I honestly don't know where to begin. Um, I, I gotta compose myself here. Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we are looking at the final episode of Tales of Zestiria the X, second season. So this is episode 13. Um, yeah, so I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of issues with this whole episode. I could spend probably an hour here on camera just berating this whole show and just bashing into the ground. Number one, let's start with a very simple one. Why did this take a month to come out? Why? There was nothing that spectacular about it that it warranted being a month for it to come out and finish the series off. Nothing. It's not an epic conclusion, not an epic anything, not better animation. It was about the same as always, which is not a bad thing because Ufotable still does amazing work, but it wasn't that good nonetheless. It still was, Tales of Zestiria the X, the second season, which in many ways, if you guys have forgotten, the second season has been very lackluster from beginning to end. That's the bottom line to it. Um, let's talk about some of the issues I had with this episode. Let's talk about the very first 4 minutes of the episode. We'll break it down to segments for you guys and girls. The very first 4 minutes, obviously, are so lackluster because of the anticlimactic battle that takes place between, the Lord of Calamity and Saray and his group. That was so fast. Like, why? Why even do all this epic transformation and have this cool ability and attacks and all this, and then just have it end when like one fell swoop? I don't know. That was pointless to me. Let's move on to having the canon ending of the actual video games, which I'm okay with. The fact that Saray had to make the ultimate sacrifice to kind of, purify Heldolf completely. He had to take them into a, area where they can go kind of be together, per se. It's not anything per se weird, because they did that in the Tales of Zestiria also. But I saw that coming because it was the same thing as the video game, and I concluded that most likely that was going to be a kind of thing they have to keep in for the second season and fully. Now, let's talk about the later half, the epilogue stuff. So, I was happy. Alicia became queen. That's awesome. Cool. She deserves to be queen. She's proven that her people trust her, and she's proven that she could lead people. Cool. We see the rest of the gang. They're all alive and well for the most part. I mean, they're seraphim, so they're going to probably be alive for thousands of years, so they'll be okay. Hey, I think that was kind of cool with Edna's brother. Even though he's still a dragon, he's not, super psycho anymore. He looks like he's starting to recover from his malevolence. Also cool. Then they show Alicia. Actually, Alicia, they show Rose. Rose with long hair is hot. I love Rose with long hair. They should have did that at the beginning of the series. She's super hot now to me. Then they have Alicia and Rose together. Okay. I have no issue with that. I mean, hey, if that's what you're into, fine. I don't know why you took straight characters and made them turn the other way, but like I said, hey, if that's something I know, I don't bash people for that. That is something that's your lifestyle choice. You could do whatever you want in life. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. But I do have issues when you take characters that were a certain way and they kind of just switch them for whatever purpose at all. And then, of course, Saray coming back to life in a very obvious manner. I mean, that was kind of hinted more at in the games, obviously, but it wasn't so strongly shown. And this one, they clearly show, hey, Saray's back. I was kind of happy about that because, I mean, Saray's awesome. I still do like him as a character. He's not that great as comparison to his video game counterpart, but, hey, he's back. Mikaleo looks like he's super happy because I'm now presuming since they made Alicia and Rose the way they are, probably going to do that with Mikaleo and Saray also. So, sure, why not, right? I don't know. This whole season has been a foobar thing to me. Like, this is something that I think should have been scrapped way on at the beginning plate of everything. The fact that it took so long to even release the last episode is beyond anything else. This season has been lackluster. It's been boring at times. It's been very, very meticulous about kind of ruining the story and making this own kind of parallel version of a story while keeping some things from the games in tow, namely kind of making it so Zestiria and Zestiria work together well. But that's the issue with it. Like, at times it wanted to kind of be its own thing, but it also relied too heavily on the game concepts, which, I mean, I understand adapting certain things from the game, obviously, but why are you focusing on making sure Berseria fits into the lore when you really didn't use it that much? They used it as kind of just, oh look, here's Velvet talking to Saray because she made a sacrifice very similar to him at the end of the thing. That's cool. But did he really need to know that? I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have did that himself regardless. But whatever. The fact that they show some of the characters in a kind of just quick manner, it's no point. Basically 90% of the characters from Berseria were not used. I mean, there was only like several characters that were used or even mentioned, and they were very briefly for the most part. So it's like, why did you even need to have this work so well in tangent with one another? Honestly, I'm not going to spend another hour. I'm not going to spend another 5 minutes talking about what I feel about the show because I really feel this was a disappointment. Ufotable, I expect greatness. I expect greatness from Ufotable, and I'm not saying that that's a fair thing too, because every studio has their one or two mishaps and mistakes and mediocre shows, obviously. But they did such a decent job with the first season. I was hoping that the second season would kind of mimic that, and it did not. That's why, after everything that's said, if I were to rate this whole season between an A through F, I'd have to give it a C. I'm very close to a C minus, but I'll give it a C just because, again, beautiful animation. I really did love the animation. I think it was strong. Beautiful music. I love the actual ending music has been really amazing. I think they should have been switched. The ending and opening music should have been completely opposite of one another. But, it was still a fun ride, I guess. I had fun with certain episodes. I also had fun kind of making fun of some episodes, obviously. But it was still enjoyable, and I know some people will like it. I know some people will hate it. I think I am basically dead in the middle. I'm someone who hated a lot of things about it, and I still like it because I'm a huge fan of Telltale's games. So I am kind of biased with this review a little bit, obviously. But, I did enjoy what I enjoyed for the most part. I do have a lot of issues with the last episode, but I'm not going to take that out and make it so it ruins the whole thing, because I was already kind of in a C minus territory / C with my thought process on the show so far, even without that ending episode. That just kind of cemented it in the C category. Anyways, guys and girls, I would love to know, what are your thoughts below? Tell me, was this good? I would love to know that. To me, I have a feeling a lot of people say it was great, and a lot of people say it was horrible. I want to talk to you guys about it. So please leave in the comments below. Tell me what you think about it. As always, guys and girls, until I pass crossing on the next review, I will talk to you in my next review, which is actually coming up probably soon. So that statement is kind of irrelevant, but I'll see you then. Bye bye.